I didn't hear no music. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
The
Welcome
music
back
was
to the
on.
Roundtable Talk Show. I'm your host, Christopher Jones. What'd you say, Queen?
The music was on.
I could barely understand, make out what you said.
The music was playing.
Hold on. Pardon my technical difficulties. All of a sudden, Miss Cat, I can you saying.
The
Let me make sure it
music.
ain't me.
It's your earbuds.
Is that better? Say something, Miss Cat.
I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I
I
don't like the
can.
way it sounds.
Now you're
It's
breaking
my
up.
it might my network because I was having issues during our neighborhood association meeting too. So that's probably what it is. But anyway, like I was saying, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Roundtable Talk Show. I'm your host, Christopher Jones. And of course, as you know, this is our Tuesday, not Tuesday, Tuesday in December. Hi, welcome to December, everybody. Um, Welcome to December, Miss Cat. Welcome to December, Dustin. Perry said he'll be hopping in here pretty soon too. Of course, y'all know um we got a little today. But anyway, like I was saying, we're not talking about hypotheticals, and I'm not in my normal space today, as here lately. But we good, we all good. But like I was saying, yeah, so as y'all know, there have been quite a crap show at our city council. Well, with some members of our city council. Um, but this is what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about what is happening in real time inside Beaumont City Council chambers. And of course, if you live in Beaumont, if you work for the city, if you depend on 911 to show up um, when you use your phone call, your free phone call to request services, especially when your people can't breathe, this conversation is 100% for you. Definitely for you. We're going to pull the cover over and off of what's being done in our name. And when I say in our name, if you live in the city of Beaumont, regardless to who you did and or did not vote for, those individuals represent you. So pull up a chair at this round table because, of course, um, it's gonna be something that we definitely want to talk to Beaumont residents and many other municipalities about. So, like I said, pull up a chair, share this live, call your friends in, tag your cousins, your coworkers, your union family, your neighbors. Go get them. Tell them I say, huddle up, neighborhood, huddle up. But one of the things we're asking tonight is what happens when at-large council member, um, an at-large councilman like Mike Williams, Ward 1 council member Cory Crenshaw, and Ward 2 council Joey Hilliard start treating the city of Beaumont um, and the fire department like it's their personal hookup line for their boy Kobe. I'm sorry, their boy Cody. Let's get that together. Mr. Cody, we know you and we're going to keep your name, your last name anonymous because we know that you are an employee of the city. And so we definitely want to throw some things at the members that, that's going outside of their means to coax their interests. Absolutely. So I have with me at this table, of course, the angelic voice of Queen Beauty, Beauty Queen, Dr. Catherine Campbell. Say good evening to the people, please.
Good evening, people.
Already. And then we got the PK, Mr. Data K. Yes, indeed.
Good evening. Good
That got
evening.
that man got them numbers, man. I appreciate that, big bro. Then we
Good
got
evening.
Dustin Harris, my battle buddy. Is that a tangerine?
Now it's a little one of them little bit of mini oranges.
Man, I've been looking for tangerines and I can't even find them.
Try
I want a
Kroger's.
tangerine.
Kroger's over by what is that? Calder? I think that's Calder area.
Yeah.
Where the
Dustin
old
Harris.
Barker
This
basket
my
used to be.
battle buddy, man. Yeah, this my battle buddy, man. Um, y'all already know he's the cutthroat, the definite cutthroat. Cut straight to the point. Dustin, say good evening to the people, man.
What's that?
Of course, um, like I said, this episode we're totally 100% taking it straight to the city of Beaumont. There's no national topic, there's no state topic, there's only this topic. And because some of those individuals that I named thought that everybody out here was just cooning. No, you got all of us sadly mistaken. But episode 39 is not a recap. I definitely want y'all to know it's not a reading of a live power grab that some individuals uh trying to keep quiet. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to hide that. But not just the tension folks can see at the mic. Of course, if y'all paid attention to the last city council meeting, some people are a little upset about what's being said in the community, and I'm glad that y'all feeling that. But this is what I definitely want y'all to understand. Um, you have individuals who are taking pictures, posting on social media, building or identifying and or exposing their alliances and pressure behind the scenes, especially around the push to get rid of the current fire chief and the assistant fire chief and to install the good old boy Cody on top of a life and death department. Mind you, our fire department isn't just fire by itself. We allowed them to hoodwink us and get leverage over us by including and or merging with our EMS. That's why we're dealing with the overtime. What they told y'all and telling y'all on council, those three alleged conservatives are telling you on council that is not, hear me and hear me well, that is not uh according to the way it goes. From an unapologetic Beaumont vantage point, we ask, what does it reveal when men who campaign on conservative values and fiscal responsibility start bending ethics, ignoring the city charter, or and leaning on the city manager to get their guy in? What does it say about how they view the people, the workers, the idea of public safety when the loudest loyalty is to a friend or some random somebody that the firefighters union wants to see as their fire chief? Not the city, not the citizens of Beaumont want to see as their fire chief, but the fire union. Um, Again, when the loudest loyalty is to a friend, not to a process. Again, we went through this same situation when some individuals on council thought that they were going to circumvent the process. And well, they didn't thought they circumvented the process and got off scot free. Well, that's not going to happen this time. I just definitely want y'all to know. We'll trace four layers in this particular segment or subject: conflict, the collusion between charter and click, of course, process and pressure, the cause, the history, and the culture in Beaumont that allowed this arrogance to feel safe in the first place. Um, the consequences, what this means for real people when 911 becomes another site of political control. The cure, what residents, firefighters, and everyday workers can actually do now, just not just to what we wish to see what would happen. Okay. This is not, again, this is not a both sides conversation. It's a warning and a blueprint. Either Beaumont check the pattern now or accept that every department can be bought and bullied the same way that this one is, or that the last one was. Um, so that's what we're digging into for this particular show on tonight. The conflict, like I said, what's clashing is a city charter that defines roles. City manager runs operations. Department heads lead those departments, hired by the city manager. And council sets the policy and the budget, as well as hires the city manager, the city attorney, the city clerk, and the chief magistrate. That's the only four people that they can hire and or fire at will. You heard that. So next time any council member, black, white, or indifferent, tells you that I want to remove this worker or this laborer or this engineer, I'm sorry, you are outside of your space. That is not what you're supposed to do. Versus a block of council members, like I said, an at-large council, a Ward 1 council, and the current Ward 2 council moving like they run HR for the fire department. I'm going to tell you again, you are the elected, not the appointed, not the hired. You do not run no department. None. You understand that? Plus, trying to pressure a city manager, again, reportedly under political pressure to move leadership, not because of transparent performance, like they claimed at council, but ran it because it ran its course. But because, not because it ran its course, but because the block, the fires union block wants their man in place, and their man is no longer Fire Chief Earl White, one of the individuals who at the particular time was the drastic need for the firefighters union and the fire department. Now that we have a man that's doing right by the people of Beaumont, the union wants to tap him on his head and tell him it's time to go. The goose. But again, the conflict is not in one sentence. It's charter versus clique, public safety versus political payoff. The cause, what happens, what opened the door? Decades of good old boy culture in Beaumont politics who we are connected to. I promise you, it's not everybody that's white. That's part of the good old boy system. Low community literacy on city charter of the city charter and local government structure, leaving too many people not sure where the lines of authority really are. Who has the authority? We do. According to home rule, according to the city charter, we do. We have the ultimate power, not the elected nor the appointed. We do. So local media that often reports the heat but won't connect the wires. Who funds who? Who vacations with who? Who is in all the photos? Who benefits? I guarantee you it's not us. Um the consequences that we're seeing now is what's coming. Internal damage, firefighters and staff watching decisions being made on politics, not performance, and adjusting their loyalty and effort accordingly. I heard somebody on council say something about overtime. The more positions you add, the more overtime you're going to need because you have extra positions. Let's also think that the more positions you have, the more money you're going to need in that budget, right? Stop playing in our face, council. Stop playing in our face, council. And I ain't talking about the lawyer only. Stop playing in our face because we see y'all. let's move to our power shots. These are the questions I definitely wanted to ask ask my co-hosts this, just to let them get the opportunity to go all the way in. All right. So, Dr. Campbell, of course, I'm gonna pull your shot up first. When you look at the photos at the public and at public behavior, um,
Um,
what what do you see in the body language and bragging and the bragging? What does it tell you about how some of these council members really view the city and its people?
it means that backroom deals. It speaks of backroom deals to me. Their minds are already made up before the public meeting even starts. They're showing they're a team and they have the votes locked up. What this tells you as a resident, the game is rigged. Your input at the official meeting often comes too late. The real decisions happen much earlier in private.
X.
So pay attention to the team. Notice who always votes together. That tells you more than any speech. And get involved early. If you care about an issue, don't wait for the big vote. Contact council members when the topic first appears on the agenda and demand transparency. Ask, how did you reach this decision? And who
Facts.
did you meet with? Bottom line, it's a sign of insider politics. To have a say, you need to push into the process earlier and follow the alliances, not just the arguments.
Hmm. 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 I
Follow the
promise.
alliances.
Hmm. I promise. Perry, you ready for your shot?
Yes, sir.
Help us follow the pattern, if you will. When you line up campaign talk, donor circles, past votes, and now this push to move the fire chief and assistant chief for Cody, and we just gonna keep it at Cody. What does the pattern say about who is supposed to win and who is expected to just deal with it?
Uh, and I'm gonna need you guys' help on this before I answer this one because being somewhat removed from it, I don't know all the details, but of the details that I do know and
Oh,
from
you
what
know,
I've
me and Miss
seen,
Cat gonna lace you up. Me, Dustin, and Miss Cat gonna definitely bring you back to reality because we understand that you in the Dust Bowl. I mean, in Arizona, we got you, brother.
uh, but what I can say is from what I have experienced, and that goes back to I want to say 2019 when I first started uh following each election, and from 2019, 2021, 2023, and especially in this last election this year, uh the firefighters union has always tried to supplant themselves as the central figure in every election. Their donors, their donorship was behind Mayor Mouton's first win in office. Their donorship and support went to West in 2023 and changed the direction of that administration, and came back again in 2025 and tried to oust both Mouton and West. So this is a long running fight. This is not something new. So I don't know how long Cody been waiting. I don't know the
He just
on
got a
plan,
promotion.
but you said follow the campaign, follow the donations.
Yeah.
And so we see that the firefighters union decided that they really didn't need a person at the top, and what they did is work to give themselves leverage on council. And we see that in these 3 votes. What we fail to see and where this is going, I think this is a long road. I definitely, in terms of what was initially brought forward in terms of because the first post I think I saw was about the outreach to get recruits. And while the talk was about the number of recruits, what was missed was the demographics and the geography of those applicants.
And another thing that they don't want to tell nobody is that we paying per applicant. We are paying per applicant. That's not coming out of the union monies. And then guess what? We're paying the union firefighters to do the training. So that lets you further know that 9 times out of 10, individuals who are residents of the city of Beaumont are not going to get the job. Why? Because there's special interests. As individuals that are in that space that's going through to, however, and again, we'll have the report to say, oh, well, we couldn't hire anybody from Beaumont, especially anybody that was black or brown from Beaumont, because they came and they took the test. They were not able to pass the drug urinalysis. Make that make sense. Somebody go and apply for an official job like police or firefighter or EMS, and they can't pass the get the
Man, look. I and I know too many professional cannabis users. We're not gonna say weed. We're not gonna talk that because that is a stereotype.
correct.
So we gonna say professional cannabis users. I don't know a cannabis user who doesn't know how to prepare for a job.
Correct.
With a drug test.
Make that make sense.
So make it make sense.
Yeah, I told you we was gonna help you on this one, brother. We was gonna help you on this one.
So that waiting for Dr. Campbell to put the exclamation point on that.
You already know. Go ahead, Dr. Campbell. Dustin. One of y'all heard the brother say he needs some help.
Oh, I got you, but go ahead, Dustin.
For those who don't know how to pass said test, go and get you a gallon of water. Cut all the hair off your body so they can't use hair follicles. That gallon of water by the next day, your urine will also be clean. So unless that job draws blood, you be all right.
You ain't working for the railroad company. I'm the only ones I know that use hair follicles.
Oh, I'd have been for a few jobs around here in Beaumont that use hair follicles.
Just so y'all know, they don't just test for the substance anymore. They test for the chemicals that clean your system as well.
Mm-hmm.
So those things don't really work anymore because they're not testing for the substance. They're testing for the substance that cleans.
That's why I said a gallon of water. You can't tell
yeah.
drunk too much water.
Or better yet, go and get you a 32-gallon of Mountain Dew.
Straight sugar.
And I'm talking about it. I'm telling you, and this is the crazy part about it though, y'all. It's not everybody in our community that's worried about passing the UA. Again,
Mm-mm.
these are individuals, professional individuals who are going to get a professional job. And trust and believe, I cannot believe that anybody will go apply for the state troopers or the marshals or Jefferson County Corrections. Wait, let me
Dirty.
roll that back. Let me
You're
roll
right.
that back. Let me roll that one back. Jefferson County Corrections. Uh, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, there we go.
Well, I thought the county didn't do drug testing. Most county at county level they don't do drug testing. I thought only at city.
Boom, boom, boom. Clock's ticking. Dusty, you ready for your
I
shot,
could
bro?
be wrong.
Talk straight to the men and women in the community, brother, and especially in the fire department and across the city workforce, right? What does it do to your spirit and your safety when you realize your career and your leadership, especially the leadership, might be deciding in somebody's group chat instead of by your work?
Well, I've seen something similar to this play out in the military, and this is basically how it goes. So the workers are showing up every day to a house divided. And from all the rumors that get back to me, and I don't even really be out there in the streets a moment like that, but from what gets back to me, and I didn't even ask for the information, it's not a divide that's even being hidden. Leadership is speaking for the few of the fire department as if it's the voice of the masses. They
Right.
playing political checkers because this is too sloppy to be chess.
Correct.
All along create an environment of two different factions that it usually create. It's the ultra me first mentality, which basically be all the people that's in the group that's basically trying to impress to get their next little push towards the top. And then you have the let me get my Louisiana accent back. I ain't visit family in a while. The laissez-faire mentality of basically people just showing up to work and it is what it is. Because people want to play politics, they done turned the firefighting into just another job.
What you got, Miss Cat?
Well, he's absolutely right.
One
It's
hundred percent.
yeah. Because it kills your trust, right? When promotions are decided in back rooms, hard work and skill don't matter. Politics
Fact.
do. Now, what is that going to say for your life in the moment?
Hmm. They're already cutting you short on response time. Boom,
Already.
boom, boom. I'm just
And how about
saying.
I had a neighbor to tell me the other day they called for help at 3 o'clock in the morning, and no one ever showed up. Not even how they usually send the little engine out first,
Mm-hmm.
the little chief truck first, and then the big truck comes out. No one ever came.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, you don't want to get leaders that you can't respect, that are just good at playing the game. They're not fighting fires, they are running the departments, and it's dividing the house.
Exactly. Exactly. Perry, you got something?
Yeah, I think it's also telling that in this if this were a legitimate issue, I I would think that the firefighters would have chosen one of their own who sits on council to be a
Hmm.
spokesman.
All right now.
Bum, bum, bum.
From words that I'm
But
also
yeah,
hearing
we only
is
had
they don't want
right.
to speak up because they scared they're gonna lose their job.
Well, Councilman Durio is a former firefighter. And I would have thought that if this were a legitimate concern, that they would have found allyship with the one person on council who understands what is happening in the department, and maybe it's for that reason why they didn't go to Councilman Durio.
Well, I mean, we've seen where the union reps sort of kind of dismiss Councilman Durio as even a firefighter. Mind you, the union rep is not, he can't operate trucks. You have to be a certain, you have to be a certain level of a firefighter in order to do that. So you can't do the trucks, you can't do the hose, you can't even pull the hose off the truck. I mean, you can't operate an axe. I mean, so my question now is to the union. Where do y'all pick this piss poor excuse for leadership? Especially when y'all gave Roy West what 70-something thousand. I don't remember how much y'all contributed. Y'all done gave so much to special interest groups till it's not even funny. And then after y'all give, y'all got the audacity to meet me at the red light with an empty boot asking me for my money that I'm about to go get a Jack in the Box. Make that make sense to me. You give away all the money that over half of your union did not agree to give. Like Dustin said, you got three, maybe 4 or 5 individuals that that voted for no confidence. Several other officers in the fire department did not vote. Several other firefighters did not vote a vote of no confidence in Chief White. You did that on the slide. Like I keep telling y'all, y'all act like y'all the only ones that talk to people, especially people that work for the fire department. Stop playing in my face, council. Stop playing in our face, council. Somebody want to give me my shot?
I will. From a
Go ahead,
governance,
Queen.
I want to say this on that. And just before I do, it ruins the teamwork, right? Everybody should work together because if the most qualified person isn't in charge, then that's how bad decisions get made when seconds count. And those seconds could be your life, right?
Exactly.
You trade safety and morale for someone else's political win, and that's never good. Okay, so now from a governance and ethics perspective, where is the bright red line here? And at what point does council oversight become attempted interference, and what tools exist to check that before it permanently damages trust and safety?
So my notes, especially after digging in some public record, and I tell a lot of people, if you want to know information about the firefighters union and or the firefighters, the accidents that they have, how many box trucks they done wrecked, all that's public record. Go get it, including their overtime and who the overtime go to. All that is public record. You want to know? Uh, Contact the city clerk's office. She'll get you that information. I guarantee you. But a lot of times folks will say, well, that's just politics, like that's normal. Oh, that's what it's supposed to, that's how it's supposed to go, right? No, that is definitely not it. But when you describe it's not just politics, that's the early stage of rot and decay. And for a while, members of our community have allowed our fire department, or let's say our firefighters union instead of the department. Let's clear that up. The firefighters union promotes rot and decay. This same super, I don't know, president of the union sent out information directly to neighborhood associations, especially some of our neighborhood associations in our network, telling us that you know this engine truck or this ladder truck or something was not in service in this particular area. And I don't know if y'all realize how long and big and wide a ladder truck is. That's the one that got the ladder on the top, not the ladders that sit on the side. This is the one that got the automatic ladder that do all that other kind of stuff, like walk like an Egyptian type. That is a ladder truck. When they tell you, well, he told us, oh, the ladder truck is not in service. Name me one multi-story structure in the South End. Don't worry, I'll wait. And then I
Does
need you to
Lamar count?
after you. No, that's not in the South End. I'm sorry, that's
Okay.
South Park. That's South Park. Which our fire chief said it is best that engine 11, which is the ladder truck 11, moves about the city because there are more buildings that are more than one or two levels outside of my neighborhood. Now, mind you, the only multi-story building that we have within the boundaries of our neighborhood association is ExxonMobil, and they got their own fire department,
Do the
Jefferson
avenues
County
count?
Courthouse.
Do the
Yes, ma'am.
avenues count?
Yes,
The avenues
ma'am.
do count. So ML King, the school, right?
They have a fire exit that does
Okay.
not require a ladder truck.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Jefferson County, same go. The only Jefferson County Courthouse has a fire exit, but they still require a ladder truck to respond. King, on the other hand, does not require a ladder truck to respond. Mind y'all, every time a ladder truck respond, I want y'all to know how expensive that really is for us. Any truck, let alone the 8 of them that do show up to one house fire. Do you not know how much we paying for all 8 of them to show up? Mind you, the reason we're paying a lot is because of what the negotiation came through with the union rep, right? So union rep went after overtime, union rep went after increase in pay, union rep went after merging of the EMS, union rep also went after the cadets. All of these ideas, Chief Earl White, and if y'all could relate a little while ago, Ann Huff was in the process of doing these things. They moved Ann Huff out the way, one, because she was a woman and she was not going for the same, she was doing the same thing Chief Earl White doing, not going for the union. I promise you. Now you got Earl White going through the same stuff Ann Huff did. Come make it a little better or something, y'all, because make that make sense. Anybody else got something else to say? Make that make sense, y'all.
Well, can
I
you
got
tell us the tools to stop it? Go ahead, Justin.
a slight question. Is the fire union the Beaumont Professional Firefighters Local number 399? Man, they
Yes, sir.
pop up on Crenshaw thing of giving him money a lot. I'm just, I just Googled real quick. I just want to make sure that was them.
That's them, Dustin.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
got
that's
to file
them.
that tax paperwork and stuff. You can't just
Yep.
take money without filing it. So it's public record.
Hey, well,
So that's the
well,
union, huh?
apparently, they don't realize that because I'm
That
still
you
waiting on a campaign finance report.
and it's just one candidate.
I'm trying to tell you.
Mm.
I'm trying to tell you. So we obviously, we obviously see, as citizens of Beaumont, we obviously see that the firefighters union, local 399, does not have our best interest at heart.
Mm.
Now, whose interest they do have at heart is the masses of individuals that work for the fire department that don't live in the city of Beaumont, pay a damn tax here. And I include school board tax, property tax. They don't pay no tax here. but our money goes to Lumberton, Vidor, Nome, Bridge City, Little Cypress, Mauriceville, or any other place in Orange County to build those spaces, and ours look like shambles. Man, make that make sense. Anybody else? Okay.
So we
Flashpoint.
talked about so we talked about the oversight and the red line. Um, are we going to talk about what crossing the line is actually and the tools to stop it before it's too late?
Absolutely. Yeah, we will.
Okay. That was part of
In
your
the
shot.
chat. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to see because my shot sort of kind of goes into the roundtable question.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to beat that horse until we get to it, Queen.
Okay. Okay.
So, um, yeah, that's where we at with that one, Queen. Good looking
Go
out
ahead.
though. I see. Family in the chat, if you will, I want to know your lived experience. Have you ever seen a job, promotion, or leadership role where you live and to go to a friend of power instead of a person who clearly deserved it? Drop a number in the chat. One for yes in Beaumont, two for yes in another city, three for I suspected it, but could never prove it, or four, I never noticed before, but I'm paying attention now. Um, again, have you ever seen a job promotion or leadership role where you live go to a friend of power instead of the person who clearly deserved it? Anybody want to respond to that?
No, but we do want them to answer only if it's safe for them to share. We don't want them to put
Yeah,
themselves in.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put yourself in harm's way because they watching. Know your rights. You have the right to attend, record, and speak at public council meetings for 3 minutes. They give you 3 minutes, 3 minutes, especially within set time limits. Like I said, they give you 3 minutes. Your voice become part of the official record. You have the right to request certain city documents, including emails and memos related to policy and personal decisions through public information requests, subject to legal exceptions. So we already know that they got a group text so that whenever we go to subpoena that email, that official email, they're not gonna be in there. So don't worry about that. Go to the back room with some of these individuals who live in the city of Beaumont or who favor the city of Beaumont. And they'll tell you what's really going on. I guarantee you. You have the right to insist that the city charter be followed and to question your representatives publicly and directly when their behavior appears to violate the spirit of the spirit or letter of that same charter. And that's what we did on Tuesday. And did you not notice that three of them got city employees, including firefighters, often have whistleblower protections when reporting misconduct or illegal orders. Know your policy, know your process, and document everything if you're on the inside. Give it to individuals like me, and I ain't gonna say your name. Give it to individuals like Dustin and Miss Cat, and we might pull a class action lawsuit in your favor. Don't And we'll make sure that Perry where he had safe so he could run them numbers. Know what I'm talking about? As a resident, you have the right to organize ethics complaints. I'm gonna say it again: ethics complaints, electoral challenges, and where state law allows recall efforts when officials no longer serve in good faith. 9 months. They got in May, right? May, April. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. January. January, it's gonna be articles of removal for some individuals. You already showed us that you are against ethics, so we're gonna move in that favor. We're gonna move in that space. This is not legal advice. I want you to know this is not legal advice, but it is a reminder. They bank on you acting like you have no power, and you do. Roundtable question:
Hold
if
up.
this fire,
Do we have any viewer comments?
um, so I see Jaja. Good evening, little sis. Little sis is up in here. Jaja. Mr. DL Harris is up in here. Um, you know, I definitely want to
What?
tell the veterans what it do.
Mhm.
Man,
Roundtable
but
question.
there is no questions. So what was said was Jaja say, "Ooh, they got the tea in here."
Roundtable question.
Roundtable question: if the fire chief situation is really a test, especially a test of whether a handful of council members can run city departments like their personal property, what does real community accountability look like here in the city of Beaumont? What are the first 2 or 3 concrete moves the people need to make now before this becomes the new normal? And you toss this tech uh, to each, then yeah, we'll toss it around. We'll toss it around. Go ahead, Queen. You got the floor.
Okay. Here's what you do right now. Okay. Real accountability isn't just voting every 4 years, it's catching this stuff in the act and stopping it cold. Okay. So, move number one is flood the referee's office. That's the city manager. He works for the council, but runs the day to day activities, right? So, demand
Mm-hmm.
in writing that they enforce the charter and publicly state the clear line between council policy and illegal interference. Make them a side. Make them take a side.
Take a side.
Take a side
One
and
is
stay
legal and
on
one
it.
is not.
Die on it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Move number two. Uh pack the council, pack the next council meeting with a plan. Don't just show up angry. Sign up to speak. Each person gives one clear factual example of the intimidation or favoritism. You're building a public record, not just shouting. This forces them to answer on record. And number three,
Thanks.
move number three is file an official ethics complaint. Go from talk to action. A
Mm-hmm.
formal complaint with the city ethics board or commission triggers a process they can't ignore because it's in
Right.
writing. It moves this from gossip to a governed procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, they're testing to see if they can get away with it. Your silence is is exactly what they're expecting. Real
Exactly.
accountability means responding with organized, official, and public pressure that makes their power play too costly and visible to continue.
Mm-hmm.
So make a move.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Perry, you got the floor.
Yeah, before in the lead up to this, I had 2 conversations with individuals who do live in Beaumont who acknowledged that they didn't know all of the details of what was going on and that they had only gotten pieces of this. Uh, you know, it is unfortunate that our local leaders are taking their cues from the White House and trying to legislate by social media.
Yes, sir. I'm
It's
glad you called
horrible.
that out.
And legislation by social media, as far as I know, there that is not a governing body.
Right.
And unfortunately, what that does is engage the conversation in an arena that further creates chaos while distracting citizens of what is really going on. Because I mean, we you know, we're in this age of diss tracks and you know, and everyone is at each other. But then when we see the details of it, everyone is going, well, what happened? Well, what happened? We have got to get back to and I don't, let me rephrase that. We have got to reconstitute strategies that have brought us. Say what you want to about Williams and Hilliard and Crenshaw. They have been meeting and strategizing.
You niggas is late.
What I want to know is, and what people asked me was, well, where's that communication in our community? And of course, I said, well, tune into the Roundtable Talk Show. You will hear us discuss this.
Yeah.
But it's sad that our people don't have that touchstone to go to get that information that leads to action. And so our people are caught up into, I mean, Cory will follow up a post about getting rid of the fire chief, and next thing you know, he posting some weird ass post about everybody call me Councilman Snack. Who gives a and that's that BS that we fall into.
That's that BS that we supported while there was a candidate.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say we because I didn't. I already know. I already know AD Crenshaw. I know your pedigree because you showed it to us, especially while I was in middle school, high school, and even when I came back from the military. I remember you, sir. Many others in my community may not. And just because you rolled over on a corrupt judge and got away with it, don't mean you. Go ahead, Dustin. Because I almost read that man right fast.
First off, I want to know who called them council member snacks. I need a dab on that right there.
Of course,
and the foolishness has gotten even. The foolishness has gotten even more so that the city's AI bot now knows that if you ask what councilman do they call Snack, it's telling you. Why are we wasting money informing AI on some foolishness? Folks smelling feces in their house, and we want to know who is Councilman Snack.
But again,
move on.
He been playing in our face. Yeah, he been playing in y'all. He been playing in our face.
Before he got on council.
Correct.
But as for the question, continue to call out the foolishness as you see it, because this wasn't just a personal dispute. Because from again, the little birdies that make their way to me. Because if Roy West didn't win the mayoral race and Felshaw did, they wouldn't be playing as coy as they are now because they would have their 4 votes they needed. But since apparently Felshaw wasn't able to beat Roy or Mouton, their plan failed, and now they back stuck at 3. Because that would have been the 4 votes they needed to remove the fire chief. The 4 votes they needed to remove the city manager. The 4 votes they needed to basically put whoever they wanted in all the top positions.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying, because I find it very weird that the union only backed those 4 of the 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you see it like others see it. Because the 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 stuff needs a filter. Like I said, it if this fire situation is really a test. I mean, a test to see if a small group of council people, or you know, that they could get away with circumventing not only the city charter but the people. This is. I just want y'all to know. Um, we have to really come back and not be late with it. We gotta be on point with it. Just when those summer guns was running for public office, we should have been asking them left and right, what's your intentions? I don't want to hear all this jaw jabbing you doing. What's your intent? What is it that all of a sudden made you want to be in this space? Right? Somebody said fiscal responsibility. How are you going to be fiscally responsible with all these positions that you have and within the fire department, and they are empty? And mind y'all, they're not empty based on non-qualified individuals. They are empty because they don't want to be part of this union, and they don't want to be part of this department because of what the union got the department or has the department looking like in public. Period. It's not no reason to just be angry, or trending for a night, because Mr. Crenshaw and many of the supporters of the other individuals on council, we just definitely want y'all to know it takes 3 concrete moves. 3 concrete moves. Observe, take notes, and then act. And if those individuals are outside of your city charter, there is a recall process. You, according to city charter, you wait 9 months after the initial election, then you start your recall process. Like I said, the window is open. The opportunity for us to let those individuals know we're not playing with y'all no more. Stop running thinking you're gonna come in here and get control. Yeah. Dustin, give us something to close us out for the week, please, brother.
Well, I had one from last week. I didn't make it. I went ahead and took my nap. But let me see if I can still pull it up.
Word of the week.
Word
Wait,
of
you
the
say you took a nap?
Yeah, it took me, that nighttime nap.
Yes, indeed.
Word or phrase of the week. Remember, this was last week. A lot of hot heaviness was going on. Appointed official. An appointed official is someone who fills an office position through appointment, usually by the governing board or elected officials. They hold a mandate or function within an organization or government and exercise authority, either their own or that of the employer or supervisor. The power to appoint officials is established in the city/town charter,
Mm.
state constitution, or the U.S. Constitution.
Mm.
And the ability to fire or remove is also located in the city's charter or town charter, the state constitution, or the U.S. Constitution.
Facts.
That is all. Do with that information what you will.
I will say this, especially when it comes to the BISD, no taxation without representation. I am without representation. And February is too late. You done already taxed me by then, so I'm gonna need a prorated or something. You're gonna have to do something because September, October, November, December, January, February, you want me to sit 7 to 8 months without a representative, and then you go still tax me? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doctor. I'm sorry, Perry. You give it to us, Perry. Go ahead.
Let Dr. Campbell go.
Say,
I
Doctor
got
Campbell.
to drop right quick. Hold on. Let Dr. Campbell go. I'll be right back.
That's a bet. Dr. Campbell, get it.
So, the real power isn't just in voting; it's showing up before before the decisions are made in the back room, right? We have to speak now or get the government that we quietly allow. So here's my thought of the week. When leaders rule by backroom deals, everyone feels the sting. Silence isn't peace, it's consent. Speak now or inherit the chief they chose, not the one you need, not the wisdom,
Facts.
not the one wisdom would appoint. That's it.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And Perry, go ahead. You got the floor. If you can hear us, are you still in the background? Okay. He's still in the background. He's still in the background. I guess he thought you was. I guess he thought you was gonna cook, Miss Cat.
That's a sentence.
Y'all, I definitely want you to know that my co-host and I definitely try to lay it out to you play by play. Um, Beaumont, for just a minute, accountability is not just yelling at the meeting and then going home. It's
No.
not just sharing a post and going back to sleep. Accountability is when the people raise the cost of bad behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, these three individuals and anyone else that comes behind them are moving like there's no cost to them to try this. And technically, they feel that we don't know that there's a cost associated. No cost to leaning on the city manager. No cost to playing with the fire department. No cost to lifting up Cody like he's the already appointed chief by the newly appointed city manager. All while they undercut the ones that actually sitting in the seats. If you let that stand, you're telling them, hey, you can do what you want with this city. Just don't bother our comfort too much. I'm sorry, I'm uncomfortable. So here's my challenge to you all. Don't just get informed, get involved, right? Don't just talk about what they're doing, keep a record of it. Don't just say we're tired. Start making decisions that make them tired of disrespecting you and playing in your face in the first place. If they can hijack the fire department now and the people shrug like, oh, well, then they will do it again and again until every department is under their control. Every department belongs to the good old boy system again. And we're looking like sorry dogs because we can't even get employment, gainful employment in a city that we pay taxes to. So, Beaumont, hear me and hear me well. This is not about whether you personally like the current chief or whether you personally know Cody. This is not about how much money we could possibly save. This is all about whether or not you want to live in a city ran by paper or principle, or a city run by backroom promises and a good old boy handshake. It is the first one you're going to definitely have to know so that you can show it to everybody else. If it's the second one, all you have to do is just stay quiet. You don't got to say nothing. And I believe that this city is done being quiet. I really do believe that. Perry, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I got something real quick and easy. There's an old African proverb that says, only fools argue when the hut is burning. And if your hut is in Beaumont and you counting on the Beaumont Fire Department, you in trouble.
I promise. As always, thank y'all for tuning in on this evening. Y'all have a good evening. God bless y'all. And as always, stay prayed up, stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Thank y'all for watching. God bless. Good night.